Okay. So what I propose we do is we start by practicing. We'll just go from the beginning all the way to White Crane, which is where we ended up yesterday. Then I'd like to do a review of White Crane and whatever else you guys would like to work on. Dee Dee had proposed a consolidation class for this class. So if you'd like to do that, we can do that. If we do a consolidation class, I propose we do it from single whip through to White Crane, because you've probably done Grasp the Sparrow's Tail enough that you feel pretty comfortable with that. But I think a single whip is actually a relatively difficult move. And so a little review on that. And then the two empty stance moves that come after that. So that's what I'm proposing we try for today. Okay, so I'm going to turn around and I will call it. So feet shoulders width apart, head up, hands by your sides, sink your tailbone. I want you to feel tall and prepare. Opening, rotate your arms, come up to shoulder level and press down almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left, shift left, turn right, all the weight on the right, step and close, shift weight and separate. Ward off right, shift right, turn the left toe to the corner, pull with the left, ward off down with the right, pull in the right foot, step and close, shift weight separate. Roll back, rotate your arms, turn to the corner, come back and turn to the other corner. Press, pull in the right, attach the left, press forward. Push, square up your shoulders to the side, flatten your hands, come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest, and push to shoulder level. Single whip, shift weight back as you flatten your hands. Pull and turn all the way around. Press down, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right. Standing ward off step, deflect, strike. Raise hands and step forward. Shift to the right. Turn your left toe to the corner. Circle your arms as you push off the ball of the right foot. Root the right heel and close. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands. Pull down. All your weight goes to the back. Circle your arms. Step and close. Turn. Step and open. So how did that feel? Okay. So do you want to do it one more time before we do the reviews? Okay. So one more time. We are at shoulders width apart, head up, hips down, hands by your side. Prepare. Opening, rotate your arms, come up to shoulder level, then press down almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left, shift left, turn right, all the way to the right, step and close, turn and separate. Ward off right, shift right, turn the left toe to the corner, pull left, ward off down with the right, pull in the right foot, step and close, shift weight separate. Roll back, Turn to the corner as you rotate your arms. Switch to the other corner as your weight comes back. Press, pull in the right, attach the left, expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders to the side, flatten your hands, come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest, and push to shoulder level. Single width. Shift weight back as you flatten your hands. Turn and pull all the way around. Press down. Ward off with the left. Hook hand with the right. Standing ward off. Step. Deflect. Strike. Raise hands and step forward. Shift right. Turn the left toe to the corner. Push off the ball of the right foot as you circle your arms. Root the right heel and close. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands. Pull down. All the weight goes to the back. Circle your arms. Step and close. Turn. Step and open. So other than the very last move, do you have any questions on prior moves?
No, for me, thanks.
Okay. So I was thinking of Ireland's question last week about empty stance and bow stance with regard to the body angle. So when you're at bow stance, let me face you. Okay. No, let's do it this way. Okay. If you're at bow stance, I have the back foot at 45 degrees, the front foot is straight, and my weight is 60 front, 40 back. And I have a line from like the back of my neck to my heel. When I'm at empty stance, I have 70 in the back and 30 in the front. And how do I make that difference? I do not straighten up. I retain that angle from my hip to the bottom of my neck. What I do essentially is I move back weight in my legs. Okay, so instead of making weight 70 in the back by coming up, I want you to make your weight in the back by coming back. Can you see my back leg is bent more when I am doing an empty stance? So the other difference between the two empty stances, since we're going to do both a heel empty stance and a ball empty stance, has to do with the angle of your hips. So let's say I'm doing this toward you, okay? Let's say I'm going from single width to raised hands. I'm coming back and I'm pushing off the ball of my right foot, rooting my heel, and then I'm going to close. And when I close, can you see I have this waist turn? So I am more toward the corner at the end of that move. Whereas when I had white crane, okay, if I am at the end of raise hands and I come down, step and close, turn, step and open, can you see that I'm much more square when I do a ball stand as opposed to when I did the heel touch, I am more turned. So it has to do with the way the energy works. Okay. The raise hands is a split energy move. Okay, it's like you have one part of the other person's arm and one part on the other, and you are breaking their arm. Okay. White crane is not a split energy move, even though it looks like it at first glance, because what it is a defensive move. So when you are coming here, okay, here we don't actually hit someone with our shoulder, but we do this turn to show that shoulder strike. And then when we come here, what we're doing is if someone are coming straight at us with two hands, we are essentially separating their hands. So it's not like we're breaking anything. We're just separating them so that they do not attack us. Okay. Later on, we will have an empty stance where it will be a split energy, but this one doesn't happen to be it. Okay. So let's do a little review of the very last move before we do our consolidation. So if we are at raise hands, I'm going to do it so that you can see my hands better. Okay, you're at raise hands. The first thing you do is you're going to turn your hands and you're going to pull down. Now remember when you had this exercise where you did your hand swinging? So if you think about what's happening when you're doing this, what you're actually doing is an elbow rotation. Can you feel your elbow change its position so that the elbow from being kind of up is down when you get to this position? You're going to use that again when you get to brush knee. So it's important you get that feeling. And you want to have it so that you are not up against your body, okay? You want to have that rounded shape when you do these swinging moves, okay? So what happened here is you turned your hands so that you can pull down, okay? You're going to pull down with your palm up and make a circle. So it's palm up and make a circle. So here, so this one, the left hand makes a big circle, but the right hand only goes to here. So this one is like a teeny move, and this one is a much bigger move, okay? So when you come here, you're going to end up step and close, okay? So when you step and close, your hands are kind of parallel to each other and slightly diagonal. Can you see that? Then after you step and close, you're going to shift your weight to the right and turn. So that's one movement, shift and turn. Then as you separate your hands, when you start separating your hands, your left foot roots. So the ball of the left foot roots. And then as you open up, you put that 30% on the front. Okay. And what this does for you is that it gives you additional stability so that your standing is stable as you're moving out. Does that make sense?
Rita, can I
Okay.
ask a question?
Yes.
At the point that you're saying step and close, where the arms are making a circle, how far away from your body are they?
So if I do it from here, well, I don't know how to let's say I do it from here. Let's say I'm here. I'm not that close, right?
Oh,
I'm preserving this round shape, right? So I'm here.
okay.
And then as I shift, then
Okay, it's further away than I thought.
yeah, it's further away. Almost always it's further away than you think. And the reason is you want to always preserve not only the concavity of your chest, but also the distance in your armpit. You never want to have your armpits stuck against your body because it gives your opponent an easy way to push you. So if you have your arms away from your body, if someone pushes you, you still have a way to deflect and move. Whereas if you're up against yourself, they can just push you over. So, you know, the principle of the ward-off shape is this is my boundary, okay? I'm protecting my center. So in order to do that, you keep your shoulders down, your elbows down, and the space underneath your armpit, okay? The shoulder down principle has to do with keeping your chi down. So if you raise your shoulders, your chi runs up. So you want to keep everything sunken down so that you feel that rooted feeling. So even when your arm is raised, think about keeping your shoulder down. So when I'm here and I turn and I pull down, circle, step and close, turn, I'm going to raise my right hand, right? I'm going to come up. But my hand is over my head, okay? But my elbow, it's not like this, okay? I still feel like my shoulders are down. What I'm feeling is the connection across my back. When you're doing this, you should feel the connection from one set of fingertips all the way around your back to your other fingertips. That's what you should feel, because that's how your hands connect to your feet. Your feet, the energy comes up your spine, and your spine has to get a connection to your fingertips. So having your shoulders down makes that energy go around your back out to your fingertips. Okay. So when you're here, you turn your hands and you pull down, you circle. Now you circle, you do not raise your shoulder, right? You circling, step and close, turn, step and open. Now the other hand shape that is common is this hand shape here. You see my left hand is in front of my left hip when I finish, okay? So if I were doing it here, this is in front, right? Where did you do that before? You did that at opening. When you started, your hands were in front of your hits, right? So that is a move that you are going to use again when you get to brush knee and a lot of other moves. And one of the things that's great about this is that it keeps you in front of the line of your torso. Okay. What you don't want is to be back here, because then you lose this feeling. You end up like this. When your arms get behind your body, then you open up your chest, and that is not a good thing. You lose the connection to your back. Okay? So let's do white crane a couple of times just as a review. Okay? So I'm going to do it in this direction just so you can see my hands. Okay? So I'm at empty stance heel touch, and I have closed for raised hands. Then I'm going to turn my hands. I'm going to pull down, shifting my weight to the back, circle, step and close. Then shift my weight to the right and turn. I'm pivoting on the left ball. Then as I open, when I get to the end, everything arrives at the same time. So I have my 30% in the front and open at the same time. Okay? Are there any questions on that? Make sense? Okay. Yes. All right. So let's work backwards and go to single whip. I'll do a quick review of single whip so that because I think of it as a relatively complicated move. I'm going to do it first facing you so you can see my hands. And then I'm going to turn around and do it in the same direction as you, so it's easier for you to follow. Okay? So if I am doing single whip from push, I just finished push. So as I shift my weight back, I flatten my hands. I'm going to turn my toe to that corner. As I do that, I'm going to pull and turn. And I'm going to end up all the way at the end. And then I'm going to press down and release the front foot. Then as I come across, I'm going to make a ward off with the left and a hook hand with the right. Then I'm going to do a standing ward off and step. As I flatten my foot, I deflect, shift weight, strike. My ending position, this hand, the wrist is at the neck level. It's like I'm hitting somebody in the neck. And this one is a little bit higher because, well, it's about the same. But it's the height at which you can look through your tiger's mouth. Okay, this is your tiger's mouth. So you are looking through your tiger's mouth. And this is one of the 3 moves where your torso is straight up and down. Okay, so how do you get your torso straight up and down? You push in your right hip. That straightens up your torso. And you actually open it up slightly more. So when you're coming here, so this would be at the corner, my hips would be at the corner. When I move my weight forward, I'm going to open it slightly. I'm going to open this slightly more and put this hip corner down. And that gives me that vertical stance that I want. Okay. Are there any questions on single whip? This is just a review, so you guys already know this stuff, but it's a reminder, right? Okay. Yes? Okay. The next move then is raise hands. And raise hands, one of the things I'd like to remind you about in raise hands, first of all, I'll do it toward you, then I'm going to do it in another direction to show you something. Okay, so if I'm at single whip, I'm going to shift my weight to the right so that my left toe can go to that corner. Then I'm going to release my palm. My hands are both about the same height. I'm going to push off the ball, circle, root, and close. The thing I wanted to show you is if I were here and I'm at single whip and I turn and I push off and I circle and I root and I close. Just as I told you before, I don't want you to get your hands out here. What often happens is that people come here and then they come like this. Okay, how do you circle your hands without getting your chest sticking out? Okay, the way you do that is you move your torso back. So I'm here, my hands are up, I push off the ball of my left foot, my right foot. Can you see my whole body is going back? And then I root. And that way, by having my whole body go back, I don't have the problem of getting behind myself. Okay, so that's why I was talking about that for empty stances. You have to keep the same angle. And when you come back, that allows you to keep the concavity of your chest. So here, when I'm pushing back, you avoid two problems. You avoid tilting backwards, which is always bad. Okay, you don't ever want to be back here someplace. And the other thing you avoid is getting your chest stuck out. Okay, so let's put those two together, and I'm going to turn around and do it the same direction as you. Okay, so let's say that we go from push. Okay, so we're at push, right foot forward, bow stance, and then we shift our weight back, flatten our hands, turn and pull all the way around, press down, release the front foot, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Raise hands and step forward. Shift right. Turn the left toe to the corner. Push off the right ball as you circle your arms. Root the right heel and close. How did that feel? Okay. All right. So let's do that again and add white crane. Okay. So once again, we're at right foot forward, bow stance, and we're at push. Then we're going to do single whip. Shift back, flatten your hands, turn and pull, press down, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Raise hands and step forward. Shift right. Turn the left toe to the corner. Circle your arms as you push off the ball of the right. Root the right heel and close. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands. Pull down. Your weight is going to the back. Circle your arms. Step and close. Turn. Step and open. Is that feeling pretty good? Yes? Question? Yes, no? Okay. Let's do that a couple more times, and then we'll do it from the beginning. Okay? So right foot forward, bow stance, push. Single whip. Shift back, flatten your hands. Turn and pull all the way around. Press down, release the left foot. Ward off with the left, hook hand with the right. Standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Raise hands and step forward. Shift right. Turn the left foot to the corner. Push off the ball of the right foot as you circle your arms. Root the right heel and turn. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands. Pull down. Weight goes to the back. Circle. Step and close. Turn. Step and open. One more time, and we'll do it from the beginning. Okay? So, bow stance, right foot forward, push, single whip, shift back, flatten your hands, turn and pull all the way around, press down, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Raise hands and step forward. Shift right. Turn the left toe to the corner. Circle your arms as you push off the ball of the right foot. Root the right heel and close, giving me that 30%. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands. Pull down. All the weight goes toward the back. Circle, step and close, turn, step and open. Okay, so don't forget that you still have to have that slight slant as you do your empty stance. Okay, so when you're here, can you see I still have a slant from my hip to the base of my neck? Okay, so that's how you get that 30% into the front foot. Okay, all right. Are there any questions on any of these moves? Nope. Okay, so let's do it from the beginning then, and then we'll put everything together. Okay, so stand, shoulders width apart, head up, hips down, hands by your side, relax. Prepare. Opening, rotate your arms. Come up to shoulder level and press down, almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail, ward off left. Shift left, turn right. All the weight on the right. Step and close. Shift weight and separate. Ward off right. Shift right. Turn the left toe to the corner. Pull left, ward off down right. Pull in the right foot. Step and close. Shift weight, separate. Roll back. Rotate your arms as you turn to the corner. Shift your weight back as you turn to the other corner. Press, pull in the right, attach the left, and expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders to the side. Flatten your hands. Come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest, and push to shoulder level. Single whip. Shift your weight back as you flatten your hands. Turn and pull all the way around. Press down, release the left foot. Ward off with the left, hook hand with the right. Standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Raise hands and step forward. Shift right. Turn the left toe to the corner. Push off the ball of the right foot as you circle your arms. Root the right heel and close. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your palms toward each other. Pull down as you shift your weight back. Circle your arms. Step and close. Turn. Step and open. Okay? How did that feel? Is there any move you would like to work on in particular?
I had a little uncertainty with the arm movements. I think it was during single whip. Suddenly you said ward off. And I realized that, my hand was this way. And I guess that meant it should have been this way.
It should have been this way. So I'm going to do it toward you so that you can see my hand. So if I am bow stance, right foot forward, and I'm pushing, what I do is I'm going to move my weight back so I can release this foot so it can turn, right? So when I shift my weight back, my hands flatten. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull somebody around. So as I turn my foot, I'm pulling. Can you see my hands? Pulling, 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 pulling all the way around. Then now my foot is to that corner. And then as I press down, I'm releasing the front foot. Then I'm pressing down to chest level. Then here is when I ward off with the left and I hook hand with the right. Okay, so that happens at the same time. I'm coming down, warding off, hook hand. So you form your hook hand from this shape. So it's as if you're coming with the edge and then you circle around and make your hook hand. Okay? So basically, the shape you want is you want this shape and not this shape. Okay, so when you're coming around, you're retaining this shape and making your hook hand. Meanwhile, this hand, you came down here and you're going to turn it. So you're in ward off here. So from press down to ward off on the left and hook hand on the right. And you can see I have a lot of space here, right? Okay, So when I'm here, I shift my weight back, pull in, and then this ward off becomes a standing ward off. So this is more like this ward off, but then I'm going to stand it up because I'm going to deflect someone coming toward me. So this is a defensive move to deflect. Okay, you're going to continue deflecting actually, because here, then you're going to deflect. You're going to continue that deflection, and then so standing ward off step, deflect as you flatten your foot, and strike as you shift weight. Okay, so you want to make sure that everything ends up together. Okay, so if you were here and you came back and you turned and you press down, you make your hook hand and your ward off, then you're going to pull in the left foot, stand up your left hand and step. Flatten your foot, strike. So that's how the coordination works. So make sure that you are touching with the heel, flattening your foot, and shifting weight. So you have kind of a 3 count there, because when you're here and you've made your hook hand, what you're going to do is you're going to have 1, standing ward off step, 2, deflect and flatten your foot, and 3, shift weight and strike. Okay, so make sure, because your strike is going to be worth nothing if you have no energy from your feet, right? I mean, your hand is kind of a piddly a piddly weapon. So what happens here is when you're here, step, deflect, strike. So that's where the energy comes from. Okay. Any other questions? So the coordination for raised hands, you should be careful that if I do it from this direction, let's say I'm here, I turn. When I'm pushing off the ball of my right, I'm coming around and root before I come together, right? You always root before you release energy. So make sure that you get that coordination. So if I'm at single whip and I come back and I turn my left foot to the corner, then as I raise my hands, push off the ball, root, and then come together. Okay. So make sure you get your root in first.
I have a question, just
Yes.
on the very tail end. So you're rooting and then you're rolling forward a little bit. You're like setting the heel pad at the very end when you twist like that. Is that giving, is that?
Yes, because you're, so what happens is that when I'm circling, I'm pushing off the ball. Then I need to root before I turn. Okay. Now, what you're turning really is not your hips. You're really turning your waist. You're turning your upper body. When did you set your hips? You set your hips when you set your back foot. So when you're here and you turn, this is going to be your back foot. So your hips go in the direction of your back foot. Okay, so here, turn. Then you're pushing off and then set and turn. But it's my upper body that's turning. My hips are still to the corner. Okay, so your energy is coming from that waist turn mainly. But you want to set that heel pad because you're not going to have enough stability to do that waist turn if your heel isn't set, right? So you can try it. I mean, if your heel is not set, if you try to turn, you're either going to wrench your knee or do some other not very good thing. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
just to clarify, you have the full 30% on there before your final waist
No,
turn.
you're putting the 30% down as
Okay,
you do your waist turn.
that's what I
At
thought,
the
but then I was confused by your, okay, thank you. That, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I meant, okay, so when I say step, it usually means put down your heel edge. It doesn't mean put any weight on it. Okay. It's when you actually generate energy that you put your weight on. And that's true of bow stances as well. Okay. So when you do a strike in a bow stance, your energy comes out when your 60% transfers. Okay. So like you were doing ward offs. Okay. So when you're doing your right ward off, you're warding off as your energy comes forward, right? So with raised hands, because the energy is coming this way, it's a root and turn. Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. Any other questions? Okay. How about we do it one more time from the beginning and then close class? Okay. So turn around. Feet shoulders width apart. Head up. Hips down. Hands by your side. Prepare. Opening. Rotate your arms. Come up to shoulder level. And press down. Almost to the bottom. Grasp the bird's tail. Ward off left. Shift left. Turn right. All the way to the right. Step and close. Shift and separate. Right ward off. Shift right. Turn the left foot to the corner. Pull with the left, ward off, down with the right. Pull in the right foot. Step and close. Separate and shift weight. Roll back. Turn to the corner. As you turn your arms, shift your weight back as you turn to the other corner. Press, pull in the right, attach the left, and expand forward. Push, square up your shoulders, flatten your hands, come back over a ball, hands in front of your chest, push up to shoulder level. Single whip, shift your weight back, flatten your hands, turn and pull all the way around. Push down, ward off with the left, hook hand with the right, standing ward off, step, deflect, strike. Raise hands and step forward. shift right, turn the left toe to the corner, push off the right ball, circle your arms, root 30% as you close. White crane spreads its wings. Turn your hands so they face each other, pull down, weight goes back, circle your arms, step and close, turn, step and open. Does that work? Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming to class. Next time it's going to be brush knee. So, well, something
Thank
new.
you. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Okay.
Thanks for
You're
the class. That was
welcome.
fun.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Have a
See you
wonderful
next
day.
week.
See you then.
Thank you.
Have a-
Okay.
Thank you, Rita.
You're welcome.
Thank you.